Finding companions. I don't think I know anything about this game. Well, let's go. This game is not suitable for children or those who are especially or easily disturbed. Do you wish to continue? I'm not disturbed. That walk was brutal, but this cabin is amazing. Okay. Full kitchen, running water. It really has everything. Finally, a place I can read a good book in peace. I can't wait to ah achoo. Oh, bless you. I'm sorry, everyone. I must be the dust. Get those allergies under control, Mariah. Yeah, Mariah. Oh, Gregory. Oh, I didn't see the names. Don't worry, guys. I'm sure with little elbow grease, we can make this cabin shine. So, are you volunteering to clean, Gregory? No. Same. I don't want to clean. Not many supplies here. Guess we'll have to go out and get what we want, what we need. There's a fireplace for making stew, so let's gather up some firework, okay? Hi, Geigen. Oh, it's really hard to hear you. Let's see if I can fix that. Is that better? Leave that to me, little guy. I clicked. Little tidy up around the cabin. What are they, Snow White? Need to save Mariah from dying due to this dust. Haha. Hey. Allergies are nothing to joke around, Karen. Yeah. It's Karen, right? She kind of looks like a Karen a bit. She's not dead yet. Pipsqueak, calm down. What is on his shoulder? I kind of want this. Thanks. I don't know how to say your name. Anatoly. I think I'll go foraging outside with over 450 mosses, 900 fungi, and 70 slime molds. There's bound to be treasure up here. Why did you count them? Roughing it in is fun. Anatoly knows so much about the edible foods. We're in good hands. Okay. I think this would be the most. I don't know if slime would be delicious. It sounds slimy and gross. Most certainly not. I agree. I'm doing good. How are you doing, Geigen? What about the fungi? Do you even know which ones are poisonous? All of them. I could figure that out by trying them. You can be the canary in the coal mine, Anatoly. Oh, getting sick is not fun. Do you think it's like allergies or? I get seasonal allergies every year. I am not ending up a corpse here. Eek. Keep both eyes open, little guy. Plenty of wolves and brown bears around. They won't be a problem. I read up on 10 different techniques to incapacitate them. Oh, colds are no fun. Number one is Anatoly. Yeah, sorry, Mariah. Got carried away again. Haha. I'll help Anatoly look for food. I'm definitely better off warding off wild animals. If we come up empty-handed, we can always eat some of the food we've brought. You mean the emergency rations? Bad idea, Chup. It's not a bad idea. If you can't find food, you should eat the rations you have. Alright, getting food. Gregory is gathering the firewood. That makes you our designated chef. Okay, cool. Everyone's looking at you expectantly. You nod. Okay. Very excited to try your cooking. Oh, you're gonna be so impressed. All right, everyone, let's let's go to work while there's still sunlight. Later. I'm such a great cook. Meh. NLT Gregory. Three exit the cabin. You're leaving you and Karen alone. Putting the supplies in the kitchen. Thanks for helping out with the cooking. Right click or hit the escape button. Cool. This menu will also allow you to adjust volume levels. Yeah, okay, cool. Going back to the main menu or exiting the game without saving will remove progress you made. Be sure to save. Yeah, that's most games. I'm also probably gonna save 20,000 times now that it told me that. Do you have any experiencing making meals? Oh yeah, yeah. I think you'll be good at serving up food poisoning. Oh, thanks, thanks. Looks like okay. Check out the living room. Let's talk later. Larian starts looking at the book, so you decide to look around the kitchen to find ingredients for the meal tonight. What you'll find around the cabin, clues, secrets, maybe searching once. Why not give it a try? Oh, I'm searching everything. The cupboards. Cool. The drawers. I, I agree. Thankfully, no spiders. Ew. I found a dead mouse. Oh, that might come in handy, I guess. You put the dead back. What? Okay. Just pile of Norway spruce. These would be useless during a snowstorm. Okay. What? Okay, I think. Oh, hey. Cabbage. Bread. My cousin, like my cousin cornbread says, I'll rise to the occasion. Always merry raspberry. Potato. Potato. I love his face. I think like out of all of them, I love his face the best. Even though these two are the same, they're not because it's not potato. Cabbage stuffed me into this drawer. I bet they did. I'm pretty sure this counts as kidnapping. I think no, it's fine. We're the Chompettes. Why talk with those boring humans? I agree, especially Karen. They all have to be. They all have to give you your is drama. Yeah, that's true. Come chat with us instead. We'll share valuable recipes you can cook. We'll share with you our secret chompette recipes. Collect them all to become a 5-star chef. That's exactly my dream in life. It's not, but in this game it is. Okay. To celebrate, here's your first recipe card. Roasted eggplant with sesame and pomegranate. Meat free. Okay. If you ever want to talk, just come to the drawer. Chopettes! Let's move out! Cool. Cabbage rudely slams the drawer closed. You wonder if, if what you just saw was real. I would wonder about that. You're slightly worried about what this means for your mental states, but only slightly. It's fine. Hey, did you find the supplies? No. You shake your head. Lied. He actually put them in the bedroom. Why would he put them in the bedroom? Idiot. I agree. A little bit. He's still fine. Here you go. Emergency supplies. Okay. Karen leaves you alone. You start a fire with some wood and get to work on cooking dinner. Tonight's entree, vegetable stew. So I'm not even going to do the thing that I got the recipe card for. Okay. You heat some water with potatoes, carrots, and celery in it. Ew, celery is disgusting. 15 minutes later, you drain the pan and set the vegetables aside. Placing some butter in a saucepan, you melt it over medium heat. Throwing some chopped onions in, you cook it for about 10 minutes. The onions are tender and translucent. Perfect. You next mix in some flour, salt, pepper, and heavy cream into the saucepan, adding the vegetables to the mixture. Hours pass. We're back, more firewood than you'll ever need. Cool. So, we found some wild sorrel. Maybe tomorrow we'll have a bigger bounty. What is that? I don't know. We saw red deer? Oh, cool. Spotted it. Did you guys kill it? Bring it home? We could put it in the stew. So we got some meat. Yeah, that's great. Anyways, killed 17 spiders? Ugh. Today while you were out looking at a deer. Well, she can kill the spiders for us. That's good. That should come as no surprise. There's over 100. Shut up. 160? I agree, but also shut up. Uh, don't worry, Mariah. I'm sure they were all in the bathroom or something. No. Almost all of them were near the couch. I'm not going by that couch unless if I know for sure. Gah! I was going to sleep on the couch. That's where 16 of them were. Wait, how many did she kill? 17? So she killed one somewhere else. And yeah, throw out that couch. I'm not sleeping on that couch then. I agree. Mm. And there's only 2 beds in the bedroom. Don't sweat him. I can sleep anywhere. So I'll use the rocking chair. Okay. Just in case any of them swarm the couch, I'll sleep with one eye open. Thanks, Gregory. Karen and Antley, you two take the bedroom. Thanks, big guy. Joke's on you, Gregory. I always planned on taking one of the beds. Yeah, I knew you did, Karen. Anyway, Anatoly, I snore louder than a lumberyard. Ick. Sweet dreams, chump. Where am I gonna sleep? You turn your back on your bubbling vegetable stew and try a bite. This tastes pretty good. You cooked vegetable stew. I did so much work to cook that vegetable stew. You set the table and ask everyone to dig in. I thought I was going to be cooking in this. Am I not cooking in this? Is this just like a story? Wow, this smells delicious. Thank you. You must be a world class chef. Oh, absolutely. Karen takes a bite. Oh, she's blushing. It's bland as hell. Fuck you, Karen. Karen, it tastes like every other vegetable stew. So generic. You can cook next time, bitch. could you probably use some meat next time? Well, if they got deer, I could use deer, but they didn't. Gross. Wait, you don't like meat, girl? For a side dish, we could bake some bread and utilize the what? Uh-huh. Commonly known as strawberries for some jam. Did you literally he just literally casually throws in like the scientific name of strawberries? Is that what it was? Nobody cares, Pipsqueak. Everyone laughs at Karen's polite ribbing. Yeah, yeah. Karen's so funny. She's fine. Nothing makes you happier than cooking a great meal for friends. This could well be the best day you've ever had. That's sad. If this is the best day I've ever had. You go to bed stuffed. That's always good. But this being the best day that I've ever had, that's kind of sad. Hey, you up? No, I'm asleep. Did you sleep? How'd you sleep? I was so warm last night. I didn't even need a blanket. Yeah. What time is it? This is me in the mornings. About 1 hour until dawn. I don't know what time that is. Oh, she's pissed. Will you two quiet down? Trying to sleep over here. Where did I sleep? Yawn. Gregory, the birds outside aren't making much noise yet. We didn't bring many supplies, remember? Better get a head start on gathering food, yeah? It's too early for this. Welcome to the great outdoors. You wake up early, you're cold, and there's bugs everywhere. Gregory, did you see any spiders last night? There was a small one in the bathroom. Eek. Actually, I did see a centipede by the sink. Mariah turns a little pale. Karen's messing with you, Mariah. Let's find more wild sorrel today. Gah! If you're a lucky little guy, maybe I'll teach you how to catch some wild brown trout. What's with you and meat, big guy? 'Cause meat's good. Anatoly's herbalism book stated that there is many more species of plants to eat out here. Let's leave the fish alone. Let's not. I'm not the into meat. I know you're not. That's a shame. I'd wake up early to go fishing. Cheer up, Karen. We'll get to observe the trout ah, at the very least. Maybe we'll see more red deer today. Are we all going outside? That sounds like a waste of time, Gregory. Haha. Maybe we'll find blackthorn berries. I love blackthorn berries. Are they just blackberries? What is blackthorn berries? Term. Haha. We'll head back later. Can you watch our stuff today? Oh, I'm not going. I'm not invited to the outing with everybody. I'm the housewife that I stay at home. Maybe I'd like to see some red deer. You ever think about that, huh, Gregory? I don't know. I'm feisty with everybody. Thank you. Thanks. Hermph. Don't steal anything, okay? I have so much to steal in this house full of spiders, Karen. You nod. With a skip in their step. We didn't eat breakfast. Oh, I guess maybe that's what they're gonna go find. You're alone, but thankfully you have a drawer full of chompets to keep you company. Oh, yes, the vegetables. Each day you'll be asked to explore a different part of the cabin. How many parts of the cabin are there? You only get one choice, then the day will end. Choose wisely. What do you want to check out today? I don't want to go into the basement. Why can't I check out this room? I'll go into the bathroom. What's the worst that could happen in a bathroom? Yep, it's a bathroom. Toilet, bathtub, and the cabin and a cabinet underneath the sink. Open the cabinet. Sure. Peer into the cabinet. I didn't want a spider. It's pretty small, but really hairy. Ew. Far too gross to even squish. There's a note buried in the spider's web. Oh, wait. No! I didn't read it! You take the complaint letter with you. Well, now I know it's the complaint letter. I wanted to read that. Can I read it later? What can I do? That's not it. There's black markings. Doesn't look like black mold. Must be residue from some old liquids. Well, that's disgusting. The others should be coming back any minute now. Leave the bathroom to greet them. I barely got anything out of that. But okay. We're back. What happened to him? Teehee. Knock it off, Mariah. It's pretty rare to be scared of one. Wait, what? It's not. Hee 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 hee. What happened? Who knew the big guy would be so scared of it? Shut up! You don't understand. I don't think anyone understands Gregory. He is mortified. I just want. It was just a Gregory, not a monster. What? Ears ring. Okay. This is scary. Tears are rolling down Mariah's cheeks. She's laughing so hard, she's about to hyperventilate. Okay. Stop her from hyperventilating. Absolutely not. One less mouth to feed, right? Wait, what? You don't get it. It's pretty personal. Then please explain, big guy. It's incredibly uncomfortable. Hee hee, let's leave him alone. We found some raspberries and elderberries near the cabin. Quite the selection of species here. We also found more sorrel sorrel. Is this going to be enough for a good meal? And so you decide to do an inventory of all available ingredients. Takes a while, but you decide on your specialty cabbage rolls. You first bring a large pot to a boil. This is like I thought I was going to be cooking in this game, but it's literally not. uh Cooking. I'm going to just kind of do that. You reduce the heat low and let the cabbage roll simmer for about 40 minutes, being sure to baste it with the liquor. That actually looks pretty good, you know. You cook cabbage rolls. Mariah looks optimistic. Karen looks skeptical. Looks curious. Looks thrilled. And tastes. That's pretty darn good. Wow, I could eat the whole batch myself. I think the vegetable stew was tasted better, I am loving how tender the cabbage is. The sauce is pretty red. Did you use fresh tomatoes for it? No, I used blood. Yes, I used fresh tomatoes. It really adds to it. Spoon some of the liquid on top of it. You'll thank me later. Incredible. It's definitely growing on me. How do I know these people? This really was something special. Thanks again for cooking. Everyone leaves the dishes behind for you to do. Wow, you guys just go off, have adventures all day. Don't include me. And then you come home, want me to cook while I look into a bathroom. Want me to cook though. And then you just leave the dishes for me to do. Like, I feel so unappreciated in this. Dishes can wait. Everyone goes to bed full and happy. You asleep. You asleep instantly. Tomorrow will be another great day. Okay. How many days is this? Good morning, everyone. You're way too cheery in the morning, bruh. Yeah. Yeah. Again, Gregory? Can you let us sleep in? Can't let us sleep in. Not today. Why? Storm clouds are coming. We need to find some food before it begins to downpour. That's actually fair. Gregory, you're overacting. We have enough food to last us a while. Enough food? I thought we used most of the supplies for last night's dinner. He's right. The meal you made was delicious, but it used a lot of what we had. You guys brought home raspberries and elderberries, and you're just like, oh, it's fine. We got food for weeks. Gregory is also correct. Participation is unusually high at this area, with many areas being high risk for flooding. It'd be foolish to not go out and look for food today. You really think it will flood? Thankfully, maybe it will kill all the spiders if it floods. Thankfully, the cabin is on high ground, but that doesn't mean we're safe from floodwaters. It's always a possibility, so it can't hurt to be prepared. You're losing it, Gregory. Karen, there's nothing to worry about. I think Gregory is right, Karen. Huh? It won't hurt to prepare for the worst. I agree. Humph. Also, I get to snoop around the house while you guys all leave me alone again. I think Karen's right. Fail to prepare, prepared to fail. Yeah. I'm having fun with the Marvel vs. Capcom collection. Oh, what's that again? I don't remember what Marvel vs. Capcom is. Let's go out and prepare for the storm. Foraging should be a key priority today, and plenty of edible foods. Give me a few minutes and I'll plot out our routine on some paper. Let me help, little guy. Okay. Back the bedroom to consult the map. And still hanging around. Unfortunately, you can't make everyone happy. When given a choice to speak to a character, choose wisely. You can only select one of them. Try to max out your bond with certain characters for unique dialogue and scenarios. Okay. I'm gonna chat to her because I'd rather not chat to Mariah. She kind of scares me. The crossover game series with Marvel characters and Capcom. The company Ryu and Mega Man are proud. Oh, nice. Yeah, it sounds pretty cool. I haven't seen anything about it though. Is paging through some books on the bookshelf. You walk over to her. There are some great books here. Which one is your favorite? I like romance. Oh yeah? I read a few random pages. It seems pretty melodramatic. That's what makes it fun. Why is everyone crying all the time? I agree, girl. You shrug. Maybe the ending redeems it. But from what I've read, this book is hot garbage. Well, if you just take it at face value, this is the thing about romances and like rom coms. You just gotta laugh at how cheesy they are sometimes. That's what it's all about, Pretty disappointed in you guys. Well, I'm disappointed in you, Mariah. There are definitely some better books you could be reading. Don't you judge me. I'll write down a list of recommendations later, and I will throw it in your face. You hear a cheer from the other room. Sounds like the two are wrapping up their meeting. Gregory and Anatoly come back from their meeting. Gregory is blushing slightly. I will keep that in mind. Hey, can you cook something while we're out? Don't I anyway? Thank you. All right, everyone. We have our route now. Let's beat those rain clouds. Bye. Leaves determined as ever. The cabin. You have the cabin all to yourself. What the heck is that? Sounds like it's coming from the kitchen. Did they get a radio? Radio, what's going on with that radio? What radio? There's no radio in the picture. You didn't even notice it on the ground when you walked in. Does somebody leave this radio here? It looks newer than anything you've seen before. Seems to be broken. Better hold on to this. You got this strange radio. Before you cook dinner, what should you check out? Um, Not going into the basement, but I'll inspect the kitchen. I'll talk to the Chompettes. What's up? Good to see you again. He's like a Pokemon. Onion! Thought you'd abandoned us. Oh, I don't see you for a day, and I all of a sudden abandon you. Why are you trying to fool them? What? Go ahead and make those meals you enjoy so much. Huh? Raspberry. No thanks. That vegetable stew? Gross. You already stunk up the cabin last night. Spare us a repeat. Onion. I love how they're Pokemon, basically. It almost smelled as bad as you, stinky. Bruh. Bruh. Almost. Aren't you going to give them the recipe? Onion. I guess. Hey, ever notice those four humans don't give you any recipes? I know, they don't give me nothing but troubles. They're monsters. That's why you should spend more time with us. Right? Of course. I have the perfect recipe for you today. It will make the kitchen smell nice afterwards, and it will it will it will impress dinner guests. Okay. What the heck? Okay, cool. Don't burn down the cabin making it, okay? You nod. Don't be a stranger. Trumpets, move out. You shut the drawer and wait for the others to return back. Am I not starting dinner? Mariah's back early today. Oh, she looks like she saw a ghost. Hey, the others are still looking for food outside. Anatili found some more berries, but nothing that will feed all of us. Please don't tell the others. But I'm a little worried about our supplies. I crunched the numbers, and we don't have enough food, even with rationing, to last if we get stuck here. Mariah seems disappointed in your inventory management. You know what, Mariah? I don't know if me and you are going to be friends anymore. Can you try cooking with a little less this evening? I you've thank you. You've done such a great job with meals so far. Why are you giving me that face? You're very sweet. You're creeping me out. Is Mariah blushing a little bit? Hee. Mariah will remember that. You're kind of creeping me out a little bit. My relationship is stronger. Wow, okay. Maybe he can teach me to cook sometime. You nod. Looking forward to it. I like how I don't really speak all that much. You could hold cooking classes here someday. Rudely interrupting a tender moment, the others burst into the cabin. What's up? Don't be so down, everyone. We got tons of good berries. Jam is so bland without any sugar, though. Do you have any? You shake your head sadly. Yikes. Turn that frown upside down, Karen. Who knows what tomorrow will bring? I'm not smiling for you, Gregory. Eek. You missed out. The sunset was really tremendous. You guys never invite me outside. How am I supposed to see anything? Hues of orange, red, even a little purple poking out. You're really rubbing this. You're like rubbing salt into the wound, dude. You never invite me outside. Red sky at night. Sailor's delight. Red sky in morning. Sailors take warning. Is that like a real thing? So we can expect a sailor's delight tomorrow, so no rain? That's awesome. Big guy. We must have walked a few miles today. Beautiful area. You could even see snow on the tips of the mountains. Oh, that is really pretty. That rumble sounded like a dying calf. You look from person to person trying to determine who it was. I don't. It was definitely Mariah. Mariah. I'd recognize that sound from anywhere. Gah, guilty. Millie looks embarrassed, but the group laughs at her honesty. Okay, except for you. You search your mind for something to say, but all you can think of is an old riddle. Ahem. Those who have it do not want it. Those who have it least succeed. Those who have it for too long perish. Huh? When you feed it, it gets smaller. What am I? Dust? Try again, big guy. Everyone is pondering the answer. Mariah's face lights up. I got it. Is it hunger? Correct. Okay. Yeah, that was my guess. Sure it was, Karen. So, what's on the menu tonight, chef? Bread and jam. You crush the berries with your small motar and whatever that is, spreading it on some crusty bread. When did I make bread? Did we just already have bread? Kind of looks weird in these spots. I don't know if I would trust that. You cooked raspberry jam and bread. Cool. The bread's a little tough. Gregory, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. But This homemade jam is to die for. Haha. Sorry. No, you're right, Gregory. This bread stinks. Yeah, I didn't make the bread. Everybody laughs. You're not sure, but you're not sure this could be called a meal. Yeah, it's fine, but it got the job done. Everyone thanks you for dinner and heads off to sleep. You go to bed, wishing you had more. You have a strange dream. Something has been clinging to your back for days now, trying to see it in the mirror. You try to see it in the mirror, but you can't get a good look at it. It won't get off. The pain between your shoulder blades is getting worse by the hour. You wander away from the cabin, stumbling by a river to soak your back in the cold water. It doesn't work. It cuts deeper into your back, causing the river to run red. You didn't want things to come to this, but you've exhausted all other options. You swim out to the middle. Rocks on the bottom cut your feet. You slip and fall backwards. You push yourself to the bottom, trying to submerge the creature, shredding your back. What the heck is going on here? But it won't drown. It won't drown. It won't drown. You splash frenetically, plunging your head beneath the water. You let the current take you downstream. You give up trying to swim to the shore. Water fills your mouth and nostrils. After a minute, you stop struggling against the waters. You gaze up at the sky. You feel it leaving your back, drifting into the sky as you sink to the bottom. As you take your last gap, you see what was on your back staring into your eyes. But you don't even have the air in your lungs to scream. You wake up in a cold sweat. Oh, what the frick? I knew it was going to show it. I knew it was going to show it, but I didn't. Yeah. Wake up. Sorry, you were making strange noises in your sleep. What's going on, Gregory? Did the lightning wake you up? It woke me up. Tried to fall back asleep, but it was so loud. Erg. Just let's just get back to sleep and talk about this in the morning. Everyone nods in agreement and gets back to bed. What the heck is going on? What is this game? Except for you. You can't fall back asleep. Yeah. You still have goosebumps from the nightmare. Karen's snoring is making the walls shake. Dang. I don't want to go into the basement anymore. You don't sleep a wink, opening your eyes when you hear Anton slamming the door. He sounds petrified. What happened? I looked out the door and we're completely surrounded by flood waters. Looks like sailors take warning was more appropriate for today. Oh, she's terrified. Maybe it'll clear up tomorrow. You're no optimistic, Karen. Yeah, that's all Gregory has going for him. Wow. He's also good at chopping wood, though. Haha. Knock it off, you two. Mariah, do you think it'll clear up tomorrow? I give it a 27% or 27% chance. Based on what? I was bored stiff, so I read a book on local precipitation levels. Yeah, you're the book nerd, right? Why didn't you read it earlier? Well, somebody else can read too, Karen. Couldn't make it past the cover. Is that right? Yeah. That bookshelf has some great books on artisan crafting and natural sciences. Why, let them sit there gathering dust. How did you arrive at 27% chance if it of it clearing up tomorrow? That it's easy. Take the time of year, multiply it by the factor of uh-huh. She explaining stuff. She isn't dumbing any of this down. Cool. It's similar to where so the first thing you need to understand, minutes of explanation feels like hours. You look over at Anatoly. He's listening intently to Mariah. Oh, is there something there? So intently, he hasn't blinked yet. It's a little crazy. What's wrong with him? He's he's like me right now. I'm just like, what? You can see his eyes drying up. A tear rolls down one of his cheeks. This is brutal to watch. Mariah finally wraps up her lecture, ending with a bow. Nobody claps. Tough crowd. Mariah, that was awe-inspiring. You lost me a few minutes in, but it's okay. I didn't understand a word of it. Haha. Gah. It turns to you. There's no telling how long this will last. We can't leave the cabin until these floodwaters stop. I know our food situation is getting tight, but I know you will make the right decision. I believe in you. Me too. It looks like we have enough leftover berries for bread and jam. Okay. I'll pass on the jam. Just give me more crusty bread. And you didn't like my jam, dude? Everyone laughs, except for you. With everyone stranded in the cabin, you need to keep everyone fed and happy. Why is it my job to feed everyone? You sneak out to the kitchen while everyone's still talking. Okay. You get out some crusty bread and work on making some more jam. With the kitchen to yourself, you decide to check on the chompettes. Okay. What's up? Don't worry. As leader of the chompettes, I'll make sure none of the humans know about us. That big guy would try eating me like an apple, so definitely don't tell them about us. Haha. Are are your plans going awry? Oh, you got puns, bread. Ha ha ha. Got another cornbread classic for you. Did you hear about the bread maker's bakery burning down? No. Her business is now toast. Ha ha ha. I love that he's the only one that gets the ha ha ha. That one's a little stale. Oh, you got puns too, Raspberry? Do you know how raspberry and milk were introduced? What? You tell her no. Raspberry milkshake. You let out an audible groan. Ha ha ha! You don't have puns like bread. Did cornbread teach you that one? Nope. Wasted an entire day on it. Okay. Potato's just like, I am stuck in a drawer with these guys. Well, it was worth the time and effort, Raspberry. Maybe you'll win the annual Chompette comedy competition this year. Of course. Not while I'm here. I won't choke on a stage this year. Isn't that every year, Bread? Ha 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 ha. We still talk about that closing joke, Bread. You're going to do great this year. Anyways, uh don't even think eating us if you're hungry. Chuppets stick together through thick and thin, rain or shine, feast and famine. I want to eat you guys. You got little you got these faces. If anything has these faces, I'm not eating it. Potato, I swear to God, repeat that line. The line, or we're locking you up again. Life or death. That's right. Chumpets! Move out. You didn't give me a recipe. Someone managed to close the drawer on themselves, so you bring the crusty bread and jam to the living room. Karen stops as you bring in the food. Took you long enough. Karen looks at the 2 slices of bread left and the mason jar of raspberry jam. There's mold on these last 2 slices of bread. Yeah, I told you it looked weird as heck. Karen is right. What the hell is the matter with you? Well, what do you want me to do? You grip the knife tightly in your hands. Ooh, you think this is enough for 5 of us? Wait, we can't throw this bread away. It's all we have left. Gregory's right. Will mold spores give us food poisoning? Probably. I'm no scientist. Sorry. Um, let's pick off as much mold as we can. We can't leave with floodwaters, so this will have to last us another day. He nods, ripping the bread apart like a pack of wolves. Ooh, that's gross. Disgusting. Thanks again. Bread and jam isn't much of a meal, but it's more than we've had in the Ukraine. Okay. Plenty of rainwater outside, so at least we won't die of dehydration. You probably shouldn't drink rainwater unless you what's the word? Clean it. But until this storm is over, we should leave the cabin. Should clear up if we give it some time. What makes you think that? One of the books had weather reports. I thought you didn't read that. You're illiterate, so that's a lie. Isn't he the smart one? How is he illiterate? Eck. Karen, I've seen him reading. Who reads upside down? Oh, is he getting snitched on? What do you think? I'm gonna say he can read. You must be going blind then. Gah, thanks. I don't know why Karen would make up something like that about me. You aren't fooling anyone, Anatoly. Karen has stormed off. Well, why is she accusing people of they can't read? Thanks for backing me up. Your relationship is growing stronger. Let's go. Good to have someone so positive around. I really don't like that Karen. Is she the bad guy? So relieved. You think he'll remember that? He better. I stuck up for him. I guess let's call it a day. Yeah, sure. To their sleepy areas. 10 minutes later. Hey. Karen likes to find somebody's weakness and use it against them when she's frustrated. Just wanted to thank you for backing me up earlier. You're very sweet to do that. She looks at you with admiration. Heh. See you tomorrow, Keel. Like he's blushing as he walks away. You're definitely sure. And so you remember that. Yeah. See? And I did that. I got more relationship points. You go to bed very hungry. I need to move this. Day 3, 4. Day 4. You don't dream the entire night, but you sleep through everyone's waking up. Oh, interesting. And that's how fast a deer could run if it's startled. Whoa, incredible. Impressive. Yawn. I wish we had a deer here. With the food getting lower, let's just skip today's meal. No. I mean, we literally just had like food. It's only for one day. Various creatures and religions have practiced fasting throughout history. We eat one meal a day too. That doesn't make us feel any better, Ansley. What options do we have? Our food wasn't rationed properly. Leaves mumbling to himself. So passive aggressive of him. Okay. Everyone moves to separate areas. Karen in the bedroom, Gregory in the living room, Mariah in the kitchen, and Anatoly in the bathroom. Who do you want to speak to? Well, I'll speak to Gregory. What up, man? Hey. There are plenty of blankets around, but I never need one. I generate enough heat for the entire cabin. That's funny. Most of these blankets are pretty thick and heavy. One's mostly used for winter. Why are these out during the summer? 'Cause it's cold at night in like the woods. It's cold. You shrug. To be honest, I'm feeling a little guilty about eating that food early on. This should be over soon enough, right? You nod in agreement. Haha, great. Thanks again for everything. See, he's a chill guy. I like Gregory. He's chill. Can we move on? You leave Gregory to go mill around the cabin for a while. Everyone looks pretty down this evening. It won't stop. You're all doing great. Just a little longer. Oof, I'm so hungry. Me too. You wish everyone had a good night and get ready for bed. Well, that sucks. Your stomach is growling even more. You have a strange dream. Like a boy is yelling at you in the kitchen. You keep telling him to lay down on the tray. What the heck? He keeps screaming at you, calling you names. You show him how it's done. You lie down on the tray and make your body as flat as a board. A smile crawls across his face. His anger turns to courage, and he pushes you in the oven. Haha, Hansel Gretel moment. As the stench of burning hair fills your lungs, you see him sneering back at you. You wake up in a cold sweat. Oh, freaking heck. Stop doing that. I'm these dreams, they give you a little jump scare. It's a little freaky. Everyone seems to be sleeping later than normal. It's still raining. Their stomachs must have kept them awake all night. The rain is still pouring outside. You can barely make out the trees from the window. You hear Mariah getting up. She looks petrified. I couldn't sleep. And so he has bags under his eyes. The storm is too loud. Karen looks out of it. Oh, she's more than out of it. She's just, ugh. The cabin was creaking so much last night. It sounded alive. Greg Ailey looks like a little gaunt. I got a good look out the window, and all I saw was rain. I could have told you that. Great observation, Gregory. I was so hungry last night. Kept pacing around the bedroom. Karen turns to you. When is this going to. Like, I control the weather, Karen. Like, I'm not God. I do not control this. I checked outside the door again. Floodwaters keep rising. Unfortunately, we're going to need to stay put unless one of us wants to drown in rainwater. I volunteer as tribute just to get away from Karen. Once the weather improves, we'll be able to scavenge for supplies. How close is the nearest town? I don't know. Didn't you have a map on you? I think I dropped it while we were running after Gregory. Oh, how very Blair Witch Project of you. I'm sure it'll show up eventually. Ha 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 ha. Mariah and Anatoly go white as a sheet. How are we going to find our way back now? Did we all decide to go camping together? You have to ride out the storm. Mariah looks at you. We're down to our last slice of bread. Did we only eat one slice of bread the last time? I don't know how much longer we can put off eating. I agree. Probably shouldn't. The group stares at you. It will clear up in no time. Maybe you're right. The group looks worried. They're all gravitating to different areas. Fake optimism is worrying, and Mariah is having trouble. Which one do you want to speak with today? I'll speak with Gregory. I prefer him anyway. Oh, hey. I know you already searched the kitchen, but I had to double check. Oh no, he's gonna find the chopped bits. A fool's errand. I wish everyone was in better spirits. I do too. He's just a cheery guy. It can't rain forever, right? I agree, Gregory. Rainfall in this area can last days to weeks. Oh. You tell Gregory to stay strong. You know what? Thank you. The group is really thankful for your kindness. And he blushes a little bit. I wanted to be the one that kept everyone in good spirits, but it's obvious you do that much better. No, you do a great job too, man. Gregory is looking at you fondly. You're sure Gregory will remember that. Your relationship is stronger. The rain is pounding hard against the wood cabin, but at least none of it is getting inside. You tell Gregory to keep his spirit up and join the others. You call everyone together. They all look nervous. You could cut the tension in the knife with the room. In the room with a knife. Everyone is staring at you. They're expecting the last piece of bread for dinner. You bring out Everyone cannot take their eyes off of it. You instruct everyone to take a pinch. And slowly, all 5 of you tear apart like a wishbone. Everyone studies their piece of bread carefully, wondering how long it will last. Can we just like open up the door or like a window and just like fish? Like that's an option, right? We just make little fishing poles, get some string. I'm sure there's some around. Karen is the first to eat hers, chewing each bite a few hundred times before swallowing. Anatoly chews it cautiously, slowly swallowing as he looks at the others. Mariah nibbles on it silently, eyes wide, moving from person to person. And Gregory just pops it in his mouth like a cherry. He inhaled. Dang, dude. Okay. The group awkwardly thanks you awkwardly. It's not much, but you've run out of other options. You wish everyone a good night and get ready for bed. You go to bed starving. Good morning. Is it morning? Let me check if the rain has stopped. I can hear it, dude. It hasn't. It's still flooding. I say we all take a window. We all get some string and a stick and we throw it out the window. Well, we keep a hold of the stick and we fish. Why is Karen looking like that? What are we going to do? We're gonna die, Karen. Humans can live about 2 to 3 weeks without. Where are you basing your logic? I feel like this is wrong. Water isn't a concern. Yeah. I mean, it is because it's got to be sanitary. Rainfall should end in a day or two, right? Actually, precipitation can occur more than 215 days a year here. But do you really think it will rain that long? Anatoly, it's been days already. What makes you think it will stop soon? Eek. Relax, everyone. Let's see how long we can ride this out. Fingers crossed it's done by tomorrow. Panic is slowly creeping in. Everyone's looking scared. But you need to survive. Karen and Gregory begin to discuss next options. Do you want to speak with Mariah in the kitchen? Or Anatoly in the living room? I'll speak. Think instead about everything you've done wrong and how you've doomed everyone. I'm fine. I'll talk with Anatoly. Still paging through the book. Hey, you really should have been more careful with our emergency supplies. What were you thinking? What the heck are you? Like, I had a choice? I didn't have a choice in this. Apology accepted. We could have predicted this much. Who could have predicted this much rain? What did I do wrong? You're sweet as a pound cake. Thank you. You'll have to teach me that vegetable stew recipe when all of this is over. Okay. This book is a great distraction. Very well written. Oh. You get the hint and leave. Antley to himself. He is actually reading it upside down. I don't think any of us can can take this much longer. Gregory's voice starts to crack. I don't want to ask this, but it's time. One of us needs to go outside and search for food. Everyone is silent. I say we vote out Karen. I'll go. Mirai, I used to swim all the time near my house. I probably have the best chance of swimming through the floodwaters. No, let me go instead. You won't go very far if anything happens to your glasses, Anatoly. You're blind as a mole rat. Remember that? Why don't you go, Karen? That's true, but little guy, let me go. Gregory, sounds good to me, Karen. His arms are the longest. He's probably the best at climbing. No, that wouldn't be right, Gregory. Let me go instead. I get I get that none of these options are good ones. But good we need to find food or help. Gregory grabs a branch from the woodpile. He cuts it into different measurements. Since we can't come to a concession, let's draw for it. We'll each pick one. And the shortest will go outside and search for food. I hope it's you, Karen. You're not worried about drawing. You saw Greg crunch the branch flakes. You pick the biggest. You watch the others intently. Why? Okay. Will it be Gregory? Anatoly? Karen? Will it be Looks like I've got the shortest. Mariah. Mariah. It's okay. Oh, dang. I watched Anatoly forage earlier, so I'll know what to look for. Just swim until you find higher ground, then scout the area. Maybe you'll find fish out there. Everyone looks heartbroken. I wish I was Karen. Karen. Anatoly. Gregory. I'll keep us alive. I promise. She promised. Everyone watches as Mariah leaves the cabin. The silence is deafening. Goodbye. I have a feeling she's not going to come back. I wish it was Karen. The door shuts behind her. You can faintly hear her yell about how cold the water is. And then silence. Ooh. Mariah has left the cabin. Karen. I'm sure we'll see her again. The rest of the group nods. Everyone stays up, waiting and waiting. The sun has completely set. One by one, each person quietly shuffles off to bed. You have a strange dream. Oh, again, it's gonna scare me. The two women in front of you could be twins. One of them you recognize. The other is a cabin guest. You ask the guest to sit on a shovel, and then you try pushing it into the oven. What the heck? Her legs are so strong. You can't get her into the oven. What am I doing? What is this? You curse at her repeatedly. Like this, you hiss. You stretch out your legs until your toes are almost sticking in the coals. You feel four hands on your shoulders, and both of them push you in. What the heck? The smell of smoke and burning hair cause you to throw up on the embers. It's gonna jump scare me now any minute. You can't end it like this. You rip the metal door off the oven, tearing through the wood logs of the cabin. Screaming, you chase the two through the woods. One of them looks behind you, eyes widen when she sees you. She's terrified. You've never been this angry in your entire life. You're gaining on them. They can't run forever. As you trample through a field of wheat, the guest throws a piece of cloth behind you. You catch a glint of it in the sun, golden. As if by magic, the earth splits in front of you, creating a chasm of fire below. You fall downward, screaming as your eyes begin to sizzle from the heat. Hellfire fills your lungs. You're unable to scream anymore. You awake in a cold sweat. Frickin' heck. Okay, that one it didn't really jump scare me that time. The other times it did, but I knew it was coming. Oh no, he's crying. He's crying. Good morning. Do you think she made it to higher ground? I believe in Mariah. Me too. She'll be fine. Right, little guy? So what do we do now? Just wait? Karen. How long? It's been almost a day since she left. Anatoly and Gregory look nervous. Someone needs to go look for her. You, Karen, you're obviously volunteering. We need to wait, Karen. Wait for what? The nearest town is miles and miles away. Waiting is all we can do for now. So, it could be days before she gets back? What are we supposed to eat? Mice? There is a dead mouse. That is an option. Karen, I'm sure Anatoly will agree, but we'll discuss next options when we get to it. They're both crying and she's just angry. I never should have eaten that much. Oh, it's not your fault, big guy. I'm hands are involuntary shaking. Gregory and Anthony just nod in agreement. They don't even need to hear her elaborate. You're sure Mariah will make it back? She promised. Everyone retreats to a corner. Who do you want to talk to today? I'm gonna stick with that guy. I'm gonna max it out. Oh, he knits! Look at that. Seems to be copying through knitting. Coping through knitting. Thanks for keeping everyone's spirits high. I know what Mariah would have wanted. Don't you think? Have you heard the noises? Sometimes I think I hear Mariah outside saying something I can't make out. It comes out in gasps. Oh, that's freaky. Like she's trying to clear water from her throat. Other times, I can hear her crying, and she never cries. Have you heard Mariah at night? I'm gonna say no. Oh, I'm starting to lose it then. Haha. Please don't tell the others, okay? Thank you. It, it's probably just the sounds of the storm anyway, right? Haha. Remember that. You leave Gregory to his delusions. Dang, that's crazy. can't stop thinking about that vegetable stew. It'll be fine with the bread and jam. I'd be fine with the bread and jam. I'd be fine with just the strawberries. Haha. Nobody else laughs. I would kill for some vegetables right about now. You would too. I'm going to try and get some sleep. Good night. Night. Am I going to have another weird dream? You fall asleep quickly, but you only dream about desecrating a corpse? You wake in a cold sweat. In a completely different room. Weird. Okay. Good morning. Karen's looking worse. Will you cook for the group today? Cook? You take out a couplet of meat and begin to cook it in the oven. You cooked meat. Where did you get that? You ignore Karen's question. Where? Hold up. Hold up. What's that smell? Finally gets off the couch. Where did you? The three are looking at you, salivating. You take the charred meat out of the oven. Where did I get this? Cutting into small cutlets. They immediately grab some off the plate, chewing ferociously. You take a piece and immediately devour it. Do you have any more of this? You explain how the meat is stored securely, hidden, so you can ration better this time. I understand. Thank you. Sebastian puking in the toilet. You hear him sobbing for a few minutes. This taste is... Gregory wanders off. Turns like choked up. I was too weak. Left you some. Don't fight this, Antony. His piece from the plate, turning his back to the group as he eats it. You can hear him crying. Finally, my focus is coming back. I'm going to read some of those books. Keep them occupied, okay? Where did I get this meat? Karen leaves you with the men. Who do you want to talk to? I'm still going to talk to Gregory. Hey, thanks for cooking the meat earlier. I was nearly passing out from the hunger pangs. Even if I'm a meat and potatoes kind of guy, I appreciate the vegetarian dishes you made earlier. Oh, so we got rid of the vegetarian, and now we have mystery meat that is just after I have a dream about me desecrating a corpse. Where did the corpse come from? This this has so many questions that I don't want answered. And yeah, you really respected Mariah's boundaries. Thank you. You smile. Heh. If there's extra, slip me a little more meat. Okay? Gregory will remember that. Okay. Our friendship is maxed out. Let's go. Going to see how Anatoly is doing later. You have the bedroom all to yourself. Where do you want to check first? Ooh. There's a bird cage? Why is there a bird cage? Oh, Onion. Hello? Don't be a crybaby. It's just me. Onion. Was just playing with some of the toys in the drawer. You're far too old to enjoy these. You're never too old for toys. What kind of toys are we talking about here? Anyways, need to attend the secret Chompette meeting. See y'all later. Cool. Onion bounces out of the bedroom. The drawer has various children's toys in it. What is this? What is that? June 28th or 26th, 1862. Another body of a child has been discovered in with the city of blah blah blah, with the remains stuffed into a barrel full of potatoes. Ew, the gross potatoes. The cause of death was identical to earlier victims. Ooh, serial killer then. With significant blood loss due to multiple stab wounds to the stomach. This marks the fourth victim of the butcher of Zabrilla in less than a month. Okay. You take the bloody newspaper with you. Why is it covered in blood, by the way? Hours pass. The meal gave everyone the perseverance to keep going. They can never be satisfied now. Oh, wait. I can go back. I could have gone back and read the note earlier. What? I can scroll. Never be satisfied. I I'm so mad. I could have gone back. Well, it's too late now, but we've waited long enough. What's for dinner? It's probably the meat again. You calmly explain that you want to ration the meat better this time. No dinner. Fine. I understand. I can wait. No arguments. Perfect. Everyone decides to call it an early night. You fall asleep instantly. Okay then. You have a strange dream. You're having dinner with a blacksmith, but he's not touching his food. The only light in the room comes from the oven. What? What is up with all of my dreams having something to do with an oven? Like this, that's insane. Like oven and fire and like, yeah. He clears his throat, stroking his beard. I can forge anything, he says. Your eye has been giving you issues lately, so you reply, forge me a new eye then. You laugh. But then the ropes come out. He ties you to the chair with a long rope to prevent you from moving. Oh, creepy. You rip the rope apart without even trying, so the blacksmith uses a thicker one. No turning back now. The blacksmith takes his hot poker out of the coals. This, ooh, it makes his eyes glow as he scowls at you. He slowly brings back the poker, aiming carefully for your eye. This was what LASIK surgery was before they had all the fancy dancy technologies, apparently. Before plunging it through your skull with a sickening crunch. Ew. I I hate this. The force of the blow throws you backwards few feet. You're unable to break the ropes. The blacksmith stands over you, spitting on your body as he raises the poker again. You awake in a cold sweat. Oh yeah, freaky. Okay, that one didn't really have much to do with the thing. This is really weird. You wake up to see Gregory looking out the window. He turns to you, not smiling. Take a look out the window. Do you notice anything? What the heck is that? The flood waters have receded a little bit, but everyone is still bound to the cabin. The trail used to be completely visible. It's gone now. Oh. Where's his little buddy? Was that the meat? Good morning, big guy. It's literally gone. When did it leave? Where's Mariah? This might sound a little crazy, but every night around 2 a.m., I can hear her outside. She makes this awful gargling noise, like she's trying to get water out of her lungs. Have you heard her, Gregory? Sometimes when the rain gets faint, I think I can hear her whispering. I haven't heard anything like that. When she's whispering, it's like she's trying to tell you something, right? Yes! What the hell? What? I sometimes hear her crying through the radio, but that's just a broadcast. What? What is up with faces? My gosh, I don't know why that one scared me the most. I think we should have another piece of meat for breakfast. Is the meat turning them? No. It's what she would have wanted. What's gotten into you, Anatoly? What's it gotten into all of you? What is happening? Looks like you begging. Bring us another slab. Please. He clearly doesn't have the stomach for it. I can't get the taste out of my mouth. Help me. Oh my gosh. What is this? Anatoly. Gregory looks hurt by Anatoly's words. I think he's right. You guys are all crazy. Please bring us more of that meat. You grab some of the meat from your secret hiding place. You cut it into squares, adding it to some boiling cauldron water. It will bland. It will taste bland without any seasoning, but you need to serve it quickly. Smells good. Mmm, mmm, mmm. What's taking so long? You're freaking me out, bruh. Boil it faster. It looks almost done. Patience. It's finally finished. You serve the meat, wise meat bolded, in bowls. Gregory drinks the broth first before swallowing the chunks whole. Ew, you can chew, bruh. Until he creates ripples with the broth with his fingers. He isn't eating. I'm sorry about earlier, everyone. I I don't know what overtook me. Ma- Mariah? Mary begins to weep. You look over at Karen. You didn't notice her eating. There's just an empty bowl now. What the heck? What is the meat I served them? They're like... I don't know if I want the answer to this. Karen is staring right at you. How much more meat is left? You explain how most of it has gone bad. This is the last of it. Ugh! How could you be so careless again? You remember Karen's knife. You need to think fast. What the hell are we supposed to do now? Wait around again? This storm isn't ending. You clear your throat. Anatoly. Yes? I think tomorrow you should look for Mariah. I I think you should go tomorrow, little guy. Nobody else can identify edible plants. I please, Anatoly. You can swim back after looking. Gregory is right, Anatoly. Oh, maybe you'll find Mariah out there. Why is this so freaky? What is happening? You're right. Mariah's still out there. He still hasn't accepted what happened yet. She doesn't need anyone's help. But we need your help, Anatoly. Why is this so ominous? Like, we're literally sending him to his, like, death almost. That's right, Anatoly. Please help us. Let me sleep on it. Okay. No problem, little guy. This is, like, so freaky. Everyone shuffles off to their rooms, reading books and knitting to pass the time. You go to bed ravenous. Mariah. Something is approaching. Freaking heck, Onion! Don't be a crybaby. It's just me. Shut up, Onion. Onion. Not going to be very sweet today. I'm worried about Anatoly. He's going to cave to peer pressure. Can you stop him from leaving the cabin? You don't answer, Onion. Please? Don't you trust my advice? You shake your head. Uh, mm, got a fun factoid for you. Did you know that leaving out an unpeeled onion in your room absorbs bacteria? Oh, weird. It will help prevent colds and ward off viruses. That was a lie. I knew it. People actually believed that in the 1500s. How embarrassing. Who would believe that? Ha ha. There even was a doctor in 1919 who tricked people into thinking it was true. Haha. Anyways, you know what smells worse than raw onion left in a room? You. It's been a while since your last bath, right? You can't remember. You could smell. Could you could smell you before I even came into the room. Wow, thanks. So, can you stop Annalie from leaving? I know he has cabin fever, but this is ridiculous. Anatoly can make his own decisions. Please. We don't need another one stalking the hallways? Tapping on the windows? Crying through the radio? You have the sudden urge to scream. Why do you think I've been using the mouse holes to get around? Scared to death that I'll run into her. Don't make me tattle to Cabbage about you. She can be as mean as Potato if you get on her bad side. Just kidding, she's great. Anyways, when the time comes, just tell Anatoly you care about him and don't want him to leave. Even if it's only for me, okay? You can trust me. Now, if you excuse me, I need to work on some new ice skates. They're for the frying pan tomorrow. Nothing beats sliding around the butter. Later. Okay. I'll try stopping him. You completely forget the conversation with Onion. Oh, freak. You fall asleep again, still ravenous. Well, dang. You have strange dreams. A fox is collecting payment for you. You despise him, so you put 2 dogs at the bottom of the sack and then add 6 chickens on top. The fox smiles at you and leaves. At some point in his journey, the fox will eventually open the sack, and then the dogs will tear the fox in half. Filled with such loathing for the fox, you give him the only thing you had for food. A storm rages outside. As the snow piles up, you begin to eat whatever you can find: pillowcases, candles, leather. One day you wake up and you have nothing left to eat. Absolutely nothing. A few days later, you go mad and leave the cabin, completely ravenous. Trees begin to look like charred meat. You take a cut out of one, tearing your gums apart by splinters. Your mouth fills quickly with blood as you wade through the snow. Days later, a deer gallops by, the first creature in the woods to see your corpse. You wake in a cold sweat. It's gonna jump scare me. Oh no. Something smells terrible in the living room. Someone puked in the corner. You wipe it up with a rag to save them the embarrassment. Oh, good morning. Good morning, little guy. Well, Auntie Lee, what's your decision? I barely slept last night. I could hear her whispers coming from the basement. I'm not going in that basement. I told you, don't go in the basement. She kept telling me to go outside. Hmm? We don't want to rush you, but one of us puked last night. Really? Anatoly, my patience is wearing thin. You have 1 hour to make a decision. Bitch, you go. What? Why so quickly? Because I'm not waiting any longer. Okay. You can see a glint of Karen's knife under her dress. Best to watch out for that knife. Holy crap. The group disperses. Tension seems to be rising. You have 1 hour to kill. What do you want to do? Um, I'll go near the basement, I guess. I'm not going in the basement. And she looks pale. Thanks for coming over. Ansley seems comforted by your presence. Have you checked out the basement door closely? No? Why would I? Every so often, I can see her peeking out at me through the holes. I really don't want to go out, but I don't want her tormenting me anymore. You know what's down there, don't you? No. Wow. You aren't fooling anyone. I don't know, dude. Please get away from me. You oblige. It looks like Anatoly will remember that. You call everyone together for a meeting. I don't know what's down there. Anatoly, you okay, little guy? Anatoly looks pale, like he's going to pass out. Anatoly, have you made a decision? Yes. I'll help you all out. I promise. Thank you, Anatoly. Big tears roll down Gregory's cheeks. Ah, ah, I, I'll miss you, big guy. I'll miss you, little guy. Humph. Thank you, Antley. Bitch, I want you to go. I know this wasn't easy, but it's for the best. I swear, if we get more meat, this is gonna be free. This is gonna be so messed up if we get more meat. Karen, yes. I. Gregory looks at you unexpectedly. Did you want to say anything to Anatoly? You say nothing. Wow, I would have. Uh, I. Goodbye, Anatoly. Goodbye, everyone. Good luck, little guy. Anatoly has left the cabin. See you soon, little guy. Hmm. I guess all we can do now is wait. Good night. Karen goes to the bedroom to sleep. I didn't tell him the truth. Gregory is getting choked up. I didn't tell him. Missing him already. But didn't you tell him? Gregory curls up on the couch for the night, turning his back to you. You shut your eyes, quickly falling asleep. You hear scraping on the floor. That's creepy as all hell. Bread! Found you! Ha ha! You explain how this isn't good. This isn't a good time right now. Okay. This is no laughing matter. I'm worried about Gregory. He's as tall as a tree, but as dumb as a brick. What's the root of that? Ha ha. Another cornbread classic. Ah, that's pretty corny. Anyway, you're being very unpopular right now. That's a tree reference. Get it? The unpopular? Unpopular. Unpopular. Anyway, I don't know. Haha. Anyways, you need to protect Gregory from the red-haired woman. I agree. She needs to go. Cabbage called an emergency combat meeting and told me to give you this mission. Protect Gregory at all costs. Understood. Yes. You nod. Haha. It's the yeast you can do. You tell Bread that pun doesn't make sense. It does make sense, though. Haha. On a roll today. See you around. He's just so punny. Bread hops away, pushing himself through a mouse hole with small pop. Let's see if I can do a pop. Close enough. You fall asleep, thinking about what Bread told you. You have a strange dream. I have a strange dream every night. It's lying on the table in front of you. What's it? You take the glass. You take off. You take off the glasses first. Particularly, what? Nearly cracked and set them down next to the workbench. What? After working the saw, you wrap the cuts in old newspaper. I'm starting to get an impression of where this meat is coming from. Some of it gets soggy immediately, so you decide to dry the cuts with a towel before wrapping. Much better. You hear something approaching. I don't want to hear something approaching. You clutch your fists and get ready to strike whatever's coming for you. You wake in a cold sweat. Okay, it didn't jump scare me this time. I'm starting to think. You wake in a completely different place. Yeah. Did you sleepwalk or you found some meat? Yep, I knew I would. Everybody's still asleep. This would be a nice surprise after yesterday's events. You decide to surprise everyone with breakfast. Start by cutting each slice fairly thin. Brown each side in the oven, releasing a unique smell into the air. Karen runs into the kitchen. What is that smell? Give it to me. Now. You don't argue. Karen grabs the cutlet, burning her hands before bringing it to her mouth. Ah! She hungrily devours it, barely chewing. She grabs another cutlet off the plate and eats it. You thought she was concerned with rationing. Gregory wakes up from the couch and heads into the kitchen. Oh God, already? Gregory looks conflicted, but he succumbs to hunger. They always do. Gregory eats his food in a few bites, grabbing more with his hands. Tears start streaming down his face, but he doesn't make a sound. You join them, quickly consuming the meat. I hate that it's bolded, but I know why now. On the table. I can think straight again. Did you always think straight? We'll be out of here in no time. No need to ration. Karen sounding more determined than ever. Hey, I'm going to lay down on the couch. Try to keep this food down. This is horrible. Gregory crawls onto the couch, turning his back to you. Karen leans in close to whisper, I'm glad Marai and Anatoly are gone. They were stopping us from bonding properly. How did you get so good at it? You tell Karen. After one bite, it just made me feel whole again. Even with the nightmares, it's worth it. It took a few nights, but I fought back. And now, it's all that I can think about. I read I read the book on necropsy. The text is ancient, but the diagrams are beautifully drawn, very descriptive. How many years did it take you to perfect your art? You tell her. Yeah, right. I used to tell Marai that you weren't funny, but that's not true. Sorry about that. You've grown on me. Karen pauses, deep in thought. You know, Gregor, have I been calling him Gregory and his name is Gregor? Oh well. Can't swim, right? He'd be the next to leave, but he doesn't stand a chance outside. They always seem to come back, right? In one way or another. Ooh, you're freaky. Why wait for him to come back? Karen hands you a vial of liquid. I think you know what needs to be done. I give you the poison. There's this strong anesthetic. I want you to just slip this into Gregor's mug tonight. He won't feel any pain until he wakes up. All you have to do is stand back and let me work on him. The crust is beyond extreme. Will you do this for me? No. Fine. Save that for a rainy day. I have everything set up by the couch. You don't have to watch. Their state should be easy to apply myself. Gregory's strength is sparse. Gregor, hi. Hey, Karen. What are you doing? Untie me. Oh my god. This will be over soon, Gregory. Ah, stop. What the heck? He's turned silent. Did she kill him? You leave her alone, going into the bedroom and crawling into the bed until he slept in. You fall asleep almost instantly. She literally just killed him. He was my friend, jerk. Wake up, sleepyhead. I don't want to. What the heck? You were having it. What is. Wasn't that Mariah's hairstyle? You were having a nightmare. Thanks for letting me practice last night. I think I did a great job. Made us all some breakfast this morning to celebrate. Breakfast? With what? That's a surprise. Gregor already finished his. Took a few hours, though. Come on, let's eat. Get out of bed and head to the living room. I think that is, like, that's what Mariah's. Oh my gosh! Why? He's a little weak from the blood loss, but don't worry. Bandage him like a field medic. My. What is it, Gregor? Where am I? Maybe if you spent as much time reading books as chopping wood, you would have noticed the pages I was bookmarking for necropsy. What are you talking about? Do I have to spell it out for you? You're useless. You can't swim. How could you help us if you would immediately drown? What? I put some of your limbs away for safekeeping. Oh my gosh. That leg was pretty tasty earlier, huh? Gregor goes pale. How's that for a big breakfast? Ha ha ha. Gregor looks at you. Don't even think about crawling away. If you leave this couch, I'll end you. We'll eat your flesh arm. Your fresh. We'll eat your fresh arm when everything else is gone. Let me start cooking some more of your leg. I'll leave you two alone to chat. This has gone too far. Hey, all I wanted was to keep everyone alive and together. This is sad. Oh my gosh, what is this game? But I failed. Are you gonna dispose? Are you disappointed in me? I could never. You were the only person that didn't laugh at me for being afraid of the Marat. I have a good reason for that. When I was 9, a friend and I were playing in the woods. We were far from home, about an hour away. My friend found some baby Marats, probably only a few weeks old. He was so busy playing with them, he didn't notice a boar mother and piglet behind him. The boar thought he was too close to its child, so it ended up goring him in the lung with one of her tusks. Dang, that's dark. The wheezing, the shortened breaths. He was gasping for air as his lungs filled with blood, and there was nothing I could do to stop his bleeding. It took me an entire day to carry the body back to his house. I was so weak. I had to take breaks every few minutes. When I arrived at his parents' house, it was completely pitch black out. My hands shook as I laid his body at the door. I was almost as cold as he was when his mother finally opened the door. I will never forget that scream as long as I live. I should have never left Ukraine. Gregor looks like he's about to cry. Thank you. I'm sorry. Getting too lightheaded to hold a good conversation. She's going to torture me again. You know that, right? You nod. Gregor grows a little more pale. Can you cover me with a blanket? I'm so cold. This cabin, everything about it chills me to the bones. Please, consider it my dying wish. Thank you. Much warmer now. Watch out for that knife, okay? Gregor begins to look at peace. I-A-N. You watch the last of Gregor's air escape his lungs. What the hell do you think you're doing? You tell Karen that Gregor gave up. We could have kept him alive for another week. What's wrong with you? No matter. Plenty of food left now. Karen leaves you alone. You head to the kitchen to try to find the other remains. Gregor. You look at the piles of dishes and your mind starts to wander. Let's play hide and seek. There's 5 of us to find. Can you find all of us? The red-haired woman should know where the basement key is. And I bet one of us is hiding down there. I don't want to go to the basement. She's wilting something in the rocking chair, right? So watch out for that knife. Probably best to avoid the knife. Wait. I I isn't that your knife? Why did you let her have it? You shrug. As leader of the Chompettes, it's important for you to it's important you find all of us. So please don't forget any of us. Good luck. Pulls away to hide. Why would Cabbage want to play hide and seek right now? Yeah, this is like so not the time nor the place. You have been neglecting the Chompettes lately. Can't hurt to play along with them, right? You go talk to Karen in the living room. Looks like Karen's just slicing away a block of wood. Gregor's remains have been stored for safekeeping. Scrubbed all of the blood out of the couch to save you the trouble. Yes? A wooden knife. Do you want one? Yes. Give me 5 weeks. I'm behind schedule right now, and you're wasting my time. Scram. So deja vu. Are you leaving soon? The basement key is probably in the kitchen. Come back if you get lost. Think Karen and head over to the kitchen. Okay. Thankfully, there's not too many places for Cabbage to hide. Where do you want to check first? The cobwebs. Thankfully, no spiders. Behind the pile. The rat droppings. Okay. Why is it there? Let's go find Onion. He's hiding in the bedroom. Trumpets! Find Onion. Okay. I don't want to go to the basement. Don't be a crybaby, it's just me. Today, I'm feeling sweet as a sugar cane. Honest. How did you eat something gross? Wow, did you eat something gross? Your breath stinks. Drenched head to toe in sweat, too. Could smell you coming a mile away. Gross. Did the red haired woman scare you or something? You tell Onion everything that happened. Whoa, sounds like I missed some messed up stuff. Yeah, it is messed up. You get a pass. I'm sorry to hear about Mariah and Anatoly and Gregor, but yikes. 3 people dead in less than a month. Not as bad as 5 people in one night, though, right? Would probably lose my lunch if I had to see that again. Anyways, don't worry, I got your back. Okay. No problem, Cabbage. I think I heard Brad making noise in the living room. You know how loud he can get. Bread? Cabbage? I love that they're Pokemon. The one and only. Chopettes! Let's move out. It is quickly expanding. 3 Chompets left. You're getting a terrible headache. Your face is feeling numb. Your legs aren't moving. Oh well. You do some time breathing exercises for a minute. That seemed to help. Okay, time to get that bread. You proudly strut up to the living room, happy to be alive. Where is he? Hear the bread come out of the mouse hole. He's taking his sweet time. Found me. Everyone's secretly favorite Chompet bread. It's not a secret, dude. Don't you loaf me. Ha ha ha. My cousin Cornbread taught me that one. He has hundreds. I bet he does. No, thousands of terrible puns. He's my role model. Dang. So what you need? Tell Brad about gathering the Chompets together. That's pretty crummy idea. Remember what happened last time with Potato? I mean, you're going against the whole grain here. Do you really think we want to go back downstairs? What? Humph. Brad, we need to help. We need your help finding Potato. You missed you, big guy. Come help. I would never let the Chompets down. Ha ha ha. No need you pass my culinary quiz. I'm coming with you. Okay. That's great, Brad. Glad to have you on board, Brad. Of course. Wait. Are you drooling? All the 3 Chompets are staring at you. Are you thinking of eating us? You accidentally lick your lips. Snap out of it! You already ate. We're no good for that. You glutton. What? Did they pass out? Holy cow! Get them up! So heavy. You stumbled to your feet. Let's go find Raspberry and never speak of this again. I think I heard her over by the basement door. Perfect. Chopettes! Mosey out. You have 3 Chompets in your party. 2 more to go. Your head feels like it's going to crack open. Your hands have gone completely numb. This one is lasting longer than the others. You focus on wiggling your toes for a minute. You didn't pass out cold on the floor. 2 more to go. You go check out the basement door. I don't want to go to the basement. Where is she? You feel a chill run up your spine, goosebumps all over your body. She's here! Everything turns silent. You can almost hear her breathing. Raspberry. You can't sneak up on me. Don't ever try that again. Surprise! Found you, Raspberry. Oh, wow. It's very nice to see you, Cabbage. We wouldn't leave you behind, Raspberry. Honest. We need your help finding Potato. Our combined Chompet detective skills say he's in the basement. Oh, yeah? Let's find Potato and get out of here. Raspberry has joined the party. 1 more to go. Don't worry, the basement is already unlocked. Oh, crap. The red-haired woman is coming over here. Chompets, let's hide out. All 4 Chompets quickly escape. You pretend to be studying the basement door. You hear Karen creeping up behind you. Found you. You can see the knife in the corner of Karen's dress. Don't know if I can wait any longer. Show me where you keep hiding the meat. Let's tear them apart piece by piece, just like Gregor. Karen looks like she's ready to bury the knife into you. What do you want to do? So that's why it's locked. Open it. I have to see the room. You open the basement door. Thank you. I'll bring up some cutlets and we'll have a great dinner. Okay? See you soon. Karen descends the staircase into the darkness. You locked the basement door. Did you? Did you just lock the door? You block out her screams of rage. Give enough time, they will end. You crawl into bed and go to sleep. Oh my gosh. You slept in today. The pounding has completely stopped. You really need to go to the bathroom. You decide to open your eyes. You must have sleptwalked into the bathroom last night. The glow of the candle is oddly comforting. Frickin' heck. Candle blew out, and the door is locked. You find a flashlight in the corner of the basement. Oh, in the corner of the bathroom and turn it on. Frickin' hell. In the dark, but you are not alone. Click on objects around the bathroom to get more information to hide clues. If you're stuck, just wait a bit to see a glint of the objects to inspect around the bathroom. Holy shit. Just move around your cursor to search the room. What is that? I'm like getting scared. Like someone forgot to restock the toilet paper. Cool. Disgusting. This is the scariest thing you've ever seen. Oh my gosh, Cabbage! You're locked in the bathroom again. You tell her about the candle being blown out. Haha. Maybe you just need to try wiggling it a little bit. Open door. Sometimes the simplest method is the best one. Excuse me, I need to conduct. I knew I was gonna see something in the frickin' thing. Okay. Later. You quickly make your escape. Well, getting locked in the bathroom is enough excitement for one day. You get under the covers and quickly fall asleep. Wake up, sleepyhead. Karen? Hi, King Nerman. It's just your imagination again. Karen still can't be alive, right? I hope not! Somebody's at the door. You grip the doorknob tightly, getting ready for what's next. Oh my gosh. That can't be the real Gregor. You determine the haunt has officially begun. Events like this are rare. Creating vengeful spirits is difficult. In this state, they'll try to give you a heart attack, push you down a flight of stairs, or cause you to wonder in your early demise. The rain has stopped. You decide to look out the window. My gosh! The floodwater has completely gone. Karen would be excited to see this. Shame that she's rotting in the basement. No good reason to leave the cabin. Plenty of food here now. Has that always been there? Oh, wait, I didn't read that. You've been so busy you've forgotten to eat. You head to the kitchen for a snack. Karen's hiding spot was too obvious. You grab some meat from the woodpile, from behind the woodpile. You take a few bites of it. You lost more of your humanity. Not fresh enough. Oh well. You decide to crawl back into bed and get a little extra sleep. What? Excuse me? What? You have a strange dream. The clouds have parted. The rain has gone away. You wake up in a cold sweat. Is this another trick or? Oh my gosh. I hate this little things. The whispering. Good morning? She's still sticking around. You head to the kitchen to get breakfast. What? The meat is gone. That noise was coming from the living room. Anatoly? Nobody's here. Some deep scratches are dug into the wood by the couch. Something is approaching. What's making that noise? It sounded like it was coming from the basement door. You go over to investigate. I don't want to go down the basement. There's going to be like an eye or something there. A cold wind is blowing through the hole in the door. You get goosebumps all over your arm. Yeah, I am getting very creeped out. Is this, Oh, frick! I knew it! I freaking knew it! You wake in a cold sweat. What is down there? It's raining again. They're taunting you with the dreams of a sunny day. Get out of bed and head to the living room. The couch still smells like Gregor's sweat. Should you have stopped her? You already did. The couch is still comfortable, even after Gregor's imprinted on it. You decide to take a nap, which quickly turns into a sleep. You must have woken up too early today. The cabin living room is pitch black. Pick up the flare of the darkness. I know there's going to be something in the window! Anatoly. Son of a gun. I'm like, oh my gosh, okay. You notice the note sticking out of one of the books. I know you've been ignoring my other letters, so I'm begging you, please bring back my daughter safely, or I will need to get the others involved. I have left payments outside the door, and I will pay any price. Please let her go. We don't have to involve anyone else. You take the mother's note with you. You lay back down on the couch, drifting back to sleep. How many days are there? You slept walk again. You can hear Potato mumbling in the drawer. Oh, it's you again. Tell me. Your first week with the others. Where did you sleep? I don't know. You think for a minute and come up with nothing. It's worse than I imagined. Do you remember any concussions? Still nothing. You would routinely collapse around the cabin. Sleptwalked into the walls, too. Even fell down the basement stairs. I can't believe you haven't broken your neck yet. You seem to survive almost anything, right? Must be that addiction to meat or something else. Would you share that secret with me? Sure. Secret. Wow. Didn't think you'd be dumb enough to tell me. Thank you. You instantly regret telling Potato. Haha. Do you think Karen's still alive downstairs? She'll be much stronger than the last time you saw her. She's been eating them, probably finding something useful down there too. When's the last time you've eaten? Haha. It's time to take it back from her. Go downstairs. Put an end to this. Not for them, for me. You head to the basement door. I don't want to go to the basement. This is creepy as hell. It's been enough days, right? You open the door and prepare for the worst. I don't want to go downstairs. Gosh, dang it. It's just a staircase. Nothing to be scared of. You begin your descent. I don't want to go downstairs. I don't want to go downstairs. Something is approaching. Frickin' stop. Frickin' stop. Oh my gosh. Can you hear me? I've been down here the entire time. It's so good to see you again. There's plenty of bread down here. What? Why aren't you saying anything? Anatoly's down here. Come have some bread with us. They always try things like this. You're not falling for this one. Why aren't you listening to me? There's bread down here. Loaves of it. That's bread puns. Fine. Down here. Beware of Karen. She is ill beyond repair, and she will rip the flesh from your bones. We'll speak again. You feel Mirai leaving the staircase. You continue your descent. Oh my gosh. The walls, they're a mix of dirt and soot. My gosh, something is approaching. I'm glad I found you. The rain outside has stopped. Did you hear that knocking behind you? Another trap. Everyone else is upstairs. Mirai was worried sick about you. You tell Gregor about speaking with Mariah. Guess I can't lie to you, huh? If you won't come upstairs with me, please turn on the light when you reach the room. I want to see the look on your face when the light bulb turns on. What the heck? Thank you. Thanks for letting me lick the bowls clean. You were as sweet as a pancake. What happened to you? Goodbye, Gregor. We'll meet again soon. Beware of Karen. You feel Gregor leaving the staircase. You descend deeper into the abyss. I hate this. How long is this staircase, too? The air pressure down here feels heavier. You touch your ears. Blood is leaking out. Something is approaching. I don't like this one bit. Oh, thought you'd still be fending off that Glenn Gregor right now. You tell Anatoly about meeting with Gregor and Mariah. Oh, you don't want to pick onions outside. You shake your head. Guess there's no fooling you, huh? You ask Anatoly where Karen is. Below us, waiting to devour you. Down here, the whispers have told me about you. How long did you leave them in here? Beware of Karen. She'll wipe that smug smile off your face. See you again soon. You feel Anatoly leaving the staircase. You grit your teeth and keep going. Your feet finally hit solid ground in the basement. Something doesn't feel right. Nothing about this feels right. You feel around the wall blindly and locate the light switch. Oh, cabbage, go away. Hello, you've come so far. Proud of you. As leader of the Chompettes, I wanted to let you know we have your back. No matter what happens down here, just call out and we'll be here. Be there. Honest. Wouldn't let you die down here. When you least expect it, we'll roll with you. Ha ha. You can't sneak up on me. Put sneaking up on you? Extremely easy. Too much wax in your ears. Raspberry. Don't get on Raspberry's bad side. Your ears have so much dirt in them. They could probably grow potatoes. Ha ha ha. We'll have to work on those jokes, potatoes. Sure. Weren't you hiding in the basement room? I wouldn't miss a killing for the world. Okay. Just remember, down here you can call on us. We'll help you out in a bind. And if you get lost down here, please don't get into the room. Don't go into the room. It's the only place we don't go. That's correct, Potato. Thank you for coming along with us. It's not a change of heart because you really never had one. I don't think he should come with us. The only joke here is you, Potato. That's enough. Jumpettes! Let's help out. Get in position behind you, ready for what's next. You feel around the wall blindly and locate the light switch. Took you long enough. Let's end this. Should have kept the door locked. Dodge. Karen missed. I'll snap those legs like twigs. She's looking at you dead in the eyes. Karen clenches the knife. You're going to taste better than Anatoly. Oh, Al. Your arm is bleeding. Karen is studying you. Should have killed me earlier. No change. No chance of that now. Attack? Pritch. Is it? Next attack. Chumpets! I don't know what's happening. You called on me first. I'm the leader, right? Watch out for that knife. No shit! Ha ha ha. Please survive. We want to play hide and seek again. Chumpets, help out. 5 HP. Just her breath. It's over. Tear rolls down Karen's cheek. Should have never left you, Kane. Dang it. I don't know if I'm gonna win this. Will you fight the cauldron? Ooh. It's gross. Dang. Door locked. I don't know. Oh, ow. Dang it. Does she have like 2 health bars? Is that what this is? Ow. Okay. You're hobbling over her, but the basement is getting darker and darker. You can hear a small echo of Karen's footsteps in the distance. You're getting lightheaded again. A cool liquid is coming out of your ears. You almost trip a few times as you move downwards. Your shoes begin sticking to the ground. This area has a door in each direction. You head east, opening the door. Feel Karen's presence close by. Hi. Okay. Welcome. We've been waiting. Turn on the light. Where's Karen? She's ravenous, completely ravenous. Lost in the abyss. She will never escape. Fleeing west did nothing. We traded one tragedy for another. Karen will stop your ambitions. Wretched. Abomination. Horror. Turn on the light and savor your inhumanity. Turn on the light. Turn on the light. Turn on the light. Reap what you have sown. Mariah, Anatoly, Gregor, Karen. I won't forget you. Was that the end? You heard talking upstairs. Thieves? You grab your flaying knife and silently go up the stairs. You'll eat well tonight. The four look completely shocked at the sight of you. She doesn't look like she has the courage to speak. We've been lost for a few days. Your cabin is the only hut we've seen out here. Can we stay here for a few nights? You clear your throat and ask the question you've asked 1,000 times. Did you come on your own free will, or were you sent? We were technically sent, Anatoly. We came on our own free will. The woman looks confident in her answer. They answered incorrectly. You clear your throat again, coughing profusely. You may stay in my cabin until you're ready to leave. The Grig looks terrified of you, as they should be. Wasn't that trail steep? Yeah, the group finally returns to normal. It's forced, but they attempt to save face. That walk was brutal, but this cabin is amazing. Full kitchen, running water. It really has everything. Finally, a place I can read a good book in peace. Raina, check it out. A cabin all the way out here. What about that psychopath? We lost him a few kilometers ago. Don't worry. Doesn't look like anyone's home. Hello? Come on, Raina. 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 I think it's Raina. Sun is setting. Let's take shelter here. Just for the night. You sure that's a good idea, Selena? Of course. Front door has a few different ways to lock it. Should keep him at bay if he shows up. Hope there's some snacks in here. Bullock. I guess we don't have a good choice. We'll have to head back to Zakopane in the morning. Don't worry about it. It's just for one night. You decide to join with your friends inside. Did you lock the door? All set. Could you see him out the window? Nope, he probably went back to town. Is anyone here? No. Yelled and stomped around. Nothing. Hmm. The cabin is abandoned. Let's stay here tonight. What? Relax. It's going to be freezing outside tonight, so either him or us. Let's avoid making a fire. I don't want him to see us in the distance. No, no fire? There's a blanket in the bedroom. We'll be fine, Oleg. This cabin chills me to the bones. We'll need 'em. Hmm. Whenever Bullock gets nervous, he tells a joke to break the tension. Is this like the chompettes? Like this is the bread, this is the onion, this is cabbage. Um, we're apparently raspberry, I guess. Got one of those Razzles classics for you. What do you call a snowman's kids? Children. Bah ha 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 ha. Let's split up and search the cabin, see if you can find any food for us to eat tonight. I'll take the bedroom. Leave the living room to me. I'll search the kitchen. No need to help me. You sure? Of course. I know exactly where to look first. I got the Zakopane Junior Baker Award, remember? Selena. Ha ha ha. All right, everyone. Let's move out. I guess there's no potato. Toriel, help the team searching the cabin for supplies. You bond with Selena, Oleg, and Bullock is unbreakable. Focus on exploring the cabin. Only choice. You only get choose one. Choose wisely. Who do you want to help out first? I mean, for food, the best place would be that, but she said don't worry. Probably bedroom, I guess. Hey, Reina. Is that a bone sticking out of the floorboard? Yeah, disgusting. Is it a chicken bone? You think I'm finding out? Would probably lose my lunch. What area do you want to search first? Uh, the furniture. Check the table first. The spilled ink has completely soaked into the wood. Find anything? Yeah, the table needs to be cleaned ages ago. Haha. Is it a sauce from the kitchen? You take a whiff. No, Oleg. Wishful thinking. Check underneath the beds. Long straps of white hair are covered in dust under here. Long strands of white hair are covered in dust under here? Disgusting. I think we're done searching here, Oleg. Hey, Rena, I've been dying to ask. What's up with that coat? It's new. You don't like it? I didn't say that. It just looks a little heavy for summer. Yeah, it also works as a real nice blanket. Eek. Mom can't afford to buy me multiple coats per year, Oleg. Besides, I actually take care of my clothes. Eek. This cabin is cold as hell. I'm so I'm a little jealous, especially in the living room, right? You met Oleg on your 4th month of elementary school through Bolek. Walking home one day, you noticed him fishing down the river. Hey, Reina. It's illegal to fish here, Oleg. What? My uncle fishes here all the time. Then he's lucky he hasn't been caught yet. Eek. Catching anything today? B- brown trout? I won't tell anyone, Oleg. Thanks, Reina. Oleg. Further down the river, you see a strange man washing some tools. Most of it looks like things you'd find at a butcher shop, blades of various sizes. You make eye contact with him, causing him to pick up the tools in a panic and put them into a satchel. He fumbles the knife he was cleaning, causing it to make a shallow cut in his hand. He awkwardly stumbles away from the river, leaving a trail of crimson behind him. What a strange sight. You head back into the living room to catch up with the others. Okay, team, find anything? Some old toys in a drawer. Really old toys. Bullock? I found his toy boat under the couch. Let me see that. Grandma made this boat for him. Razzle was here. Razzle? The one and only. Could he still be alive here? Seeing him again would bring Grandma back from the brink. We have to find him. Agreed. Crew, we need to search this cabin top to bottom. Let's find Razzle and bring him back to Zokopane. You got it, Selena. Oh, they're trying to find Potato. Bullock, Oleg, come with me. Let's look outside. Reina, look around the cabin. Try to find any clues as to... I guess it's not Razzle. It's like Razel or something. Is. That psychopath could still be outside in the woods. If you hear any of us yell or scream, find us. Okay? Of course, Selena. Thanks. We'll be listening for you as well. I'll be fine. Crew, let's move out. Selena, Bullock, and Oleg leave you to search the cabin. Perfect. I'm here again. Who's there? Nothing replies back. It sounded like it was coming from the kitchen. You walk over to investigate. Hello? Oh, that's not suspicious. Oh, fucking Elja Shudabakaba. No, I don't know this language. I'm going to butcher it if I say it, so I'm just not going to. I'm sorry. I don't understand what you're saying. Neither do I. Ha 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 ha. That's scary as all heck. A drawer is pushed out of the cabinet. I wonder what they're saying. Uh-huh. Looks like someone used a piece of coal to draw this. Are these bars of a cage? Staring at a door? Hmm. You take the cage drawing with you. Uh-huh. Okay then. This is fine. We're fine. Selena? Oleg? Bullock? No reply. Raina, we saw something weird down the hill. Looked like an old fence with bones all over the ground. It could have been animal skulls, but couldn't tell from that distance. Heard some weird whispering before we got back to the front door. Find anything? You wouldn't believe me if I told you. Strange whispers came from under the sink, the kitchen sink. What whispers? Was it a ghost, Raina? I'm not sure. I couldn't understand any of the words. Hmm, ghost. Uh, Bullock attempts to lighten the mood a little bit. Got another of Razel's jokes for you. What do ghosts like pouring over their food? Bullock. Give up? Gravy. Ha ha ha. It was probably just the creaking of the cabin, Raina. No such thing as ghosts. It seemed pretty real, Selena. Well, if you see it again, let me know. That fence outside was absolutely terrifying. We can't let our guard down here. Yeah. C- can can we not slip up anymore? Split up anymore? I'm scared of getting separated now. Of course, Orleg. We're a team, and teams stick together through thick and thin, rain or shine, feast and famine. You're right, Selena. Haha. I just don't want to lose any of you, like Razel. That won't happen when we're together, Oleg. Bullock, you're a night owl. You can stay guard while we sleep. Of course. Thanks, Bullock. Oleg and I will take the bedroom. You okay with the living room? Yeah. Thank you. Bullock, wake us up if you see or hear anything. You got it. Oleg and Selena head to the bedroom, opening the door fully behind them. You lay down on the couch and quickly fall asleep. You close your eyes but cannot stop thinking of the butcher of Zakopane. His third victim probably had it the worst. Stabbed in the stomach, like the other two. But this one was different. The body was missing both ears, so investigators concluded it was a copycat to a series of grisly murders from years ago. What kind of person would take someone's ears? The victim's family and neighbors searched the murder scene, top to bottom, and the alleyway outside. All they could find was a broken window. Now that butcher used to gain entry. It was a mystery that nobody in Zakopane could solve. So Selena and Oleg Bolek and you teamed up to find the killer. Selena was naturally the leader, plotting out vantage points on dusty maps her grandfather had. Bolek brought snacks and what he called emergency rations, which was usually crusty bread from his pocket. Sounds familiar. Oleg was able to get investigation tips from his grandmother, a former detective, but only after telling her it was to find Roselle. Our investigations lasted more than a year, often getting into crime scenes quicker than town investigators. You have a strange dream. All of my dreams are strange. You found the body early. So early the blood is still leaving the body. The greasy-haired man makes eye contact with you, wiping the knife on his vest. You look for a way to escape, but you're trapped in the alleyway. He slowly walks towards you, forcing a laugh to come out in unnatural, staggered segments. He gets closer to you. You notice his pupils are absolutely enormous. As he brings the knife up, his face peels apart by the lips. Gross. Screeching in pained agony. You wake up in a cold sweat. Fucking hell. Wake everyone. Wake up, everyone. Bullock, it's like 3 a.m. I heard something outside. Was it one of those crows? They never shut up. It's him. Huh? Selena. It's him. What's the plan? Selena makes the group secret hand signal. Only whispering is allowed now. Bullock, Oleg. Eyes on the door and windows. If he makes it inside, run out of the front door or downstairs. Downstairs. What if there's less room down there? Then we need to manipulate the lights down there. Find the light bulb pulley, and when he gets close, turn off the lights. He's got that knife, so run for the front door when there's an opening. What if there isn't a working light down there? Our eyes can see better in the dark than him. We can run circles around him while he's blind down there. He doesn't stand a chance. Don't count your chickens before they hatch, Oleg. Bullock, can you outrun him? Of course. Raina, do you see anything out the window? The rain hasn't started yet, but you can see a storm clouds in the distance. Maybe it'll get too muddy for him. Unless he's coming through one of the windows. The window glass is thick. If he tried to break it, everyone would hear it. Whomever built this cabin definitely was here for the long haul. See anything, Raina? Nothing. While keeping watch, I found this in the bedroom. Here. It's pretty great drawing. What the hell is this? Did Razel make this? It had to have been him. We have found the body stuffed into the barrel. That creep saw us and ran. Who would do something like that? A monster. That's right, Reina. That was the last time we saw him. What's that noise? Oh, damn. Get to the staircase now. As you run to the staircase, you see him standing by the front door. He wipes his eyes with his sleeve completely drenched from head to toe. He attempts a smile, but it looks completely out of character. You slow down your breathing and make it to the staircase safely. Selena takes out the basement key, locking the door behind you. There. That should slow him down. Reina, can you lead? Of course, Selena. Nah, wow, he's determined. All right. We'll be right behind you. You begin your descent. Let's play Ghost in the Graveyard tonight. It's too dark out. What if one of the adults catches us? We're faster than them. Reina, you game to be the ghost first. Why me? Because your eyes can see in the dark the best. The perfect ghost. Selena. Sure, I'll go hide first. Hey, Oleg. Yeah? You were slower than Bullock with a stomach full of herring last time. Pick up the pace this time. Ick. Trust me, won't happen again. Nobody trusts you, Oleg. Everybody laughs. You hide behind some equipment at the sawmill. It takes the group 2 hours to find you. By the time Selena yells, "Ghost in the graveyard," you've already tagged Bullock and Oleg. Ack! Ack! You're too fast, Reina. Nobody sneaks up on me. Nobody. That might change. Reina, what's going on? Uh, Nothing. Just remembered something. Bullock and Oleg went ahead. There's no time for this. We need to go. You snap out of it and begin your descent. He must be searching for the key. What an idiot. He must be furious to be causing that much damage. Oleg, you find the light switch down there? Yes. Get in position. We'll be right down. That locked door is keeping him busy. That door is pretty old, though. Did you see the holes in it? He's coming down. Run. Your eyes strain to further down the staircase. You can't hear him. Reina, we have someone special to introduce to you. Razel, come on out. Don't be shy, Razel. Reina won't bite. Hi. Nice to meet you. I'm Reina. It's okay. Your cousin is great, Bullock. Just wait, everyone. I'll give him a little time. He has the world's best puns. He memorized every single one of Grandma told him. Ha ha. Grandma brought me this book. Razel, this is 500 pages long. Yeah. Everyone laughs with Razel, enjoying a nice meal tonight with Bullock's family. Razel tells countless pun jokes. Bullock howls with laughter, and the adults shake their heads in agony. His joy is infectious, making Zocopane a better city for everyone, except for one. Reina, you're slowing down again. Selena, Razel, what about him? I keep remembering him. I see. He. Crew, let's keep going. You continue downward. What the hell is this? What? The light isn't working. No time to find a weapon in here. Let's keep going down. I can see a light further down the staircase. Your shoes stick to the floor at the bottom. You can barely make out the light to the door on the right east. There's 3 other doors, north, south, west. Selena tries the door to the north first. Blocked. This room is tiny. How are we going to get around him? Don't be scared. Let's try the doors and see if we can lock it from the inside. Which way, Reina? I'm gonna say east. Leave us alone. You left the knives upstairs. It's 4 against 1. Leave with your life. Ha 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 ha. Say hi to Razel for me. Ugh. Dang. Okay then. What? What? Why? Shut the drawer. My gosh. Onion bread. They're being held back by their human emotions. They'll need a few months more at the very least. I'm in no rush. Let us leave. Now. He shut the drawer. I'd like to explore the cabin. See where those whispers are coming from. Can I leave the drawer? You nod. Thank you. Want to come with, Raspberry? I'm going nowhere with you. Haha. Poor Raspberry. Welcome. We've done a few annual Chompette comedy competitions the last time. Want to be the judge this year? Ignore them. I found some fascinating stuff by using the mouse holes. I need you to explain what the hell this is. I don't think I can explain that. You were fattening him up. Were you fattening him up? Or were you scaring the hell out of him while you hastened? You take the basement drawing with you. I will never forgive you for this. Shut the drawer. It's time. Trumpets sound off. Never fear, Onion is here. Like my cousin Cornbread says, I'll rise to the occasion. Always merry, raspberry. Potato? Potato? You have nothing to give me now. Leave me alone. This is the only way to escape, Potato. We need to leave at the same time. I'm not leaving the cabin. Potato, please. Potato, we want to help see. We want to see. No. Cabbage tries whispering, but you can clearly hear every word. Can they release us? Just play along and maybe they'll pity us. Yeah. I'm not working with them. But right now, I pity them. Just an old, disgusting, foul-smelling. That's enough. Potato's words cause regression to stir inside you. Keeping these intruders around might be entertaining for now. You slide the drawer closed, giving them time to stew in their thoughts. Well, that was a game. Don't really know how to describe that one. I thought it was going to be a cutesy game. It wasn't. You had a strange nightmare. No kidding. Oh, Potato, wake up. I said, wake up. The others are causing you to become weak. You need to get back to normal. Less talking, less hesitation, especially if someone is trying to become stronger than you. That used to make you upset, right? I keep I'm keeping an eye on you. You ask for how long? At this rate, never. You cough profusely, covering Potato in a fine mist. You're beyond disgusting. So then, are you ready to fight back against the nightmares? Punish the spirits that have made your life living hell? Perfect. Let us give them no quarter. Close your eyes again, and let's begin to traverse the abyss. You relax your muscles, getting ready for what's next. Welcome to nightmare mode. I don't know if I want to do that. If you survive, you'll gain some additional insight into the world of cooking companions, as well as unlocking new Game Plus and Chopettes only event. Well, I think I'm gonna leave that for next time because it's getting late. This is a scary story. And yeah, I think I'm gonna leave this for next time. So have a good night, everyone, and I will see you next time.